Hey YouTube, sorry for the little break in the action. Things have been pretty calm around here for the most part. I've kind of gotten settled in now. This is the second week of being pretty much exclusively work from home. So now we're at the second end of the second week, going into the third week. Time got away from me a little bit. I actually didn't realize it had been as long. It's been more than 10 days since the last video I actually published, so I was a little bit surprised. I actually had some good ideas. I just hadn't gotten around to it. I guess the good news is that I was distracted because I had things around the house to do, so I've been kind of keeping busy, and that's really the main thing that I try to do when I'm not working during the week. As I said before, I consider myself fortunate that that is an option that I have. Not everybody has that. So whatever your situation is, hopefully things are going well, and if not, at the very least, hopefully you're making the best of whatever the situation is, and with some luck, maybe we'll get back to something resembling normal sooner rather than later, but who knows exactly how long that's going to be. So I'm not going to speculate on it. This video is just going to be very straightforward. I'm going to do a little showcase of some of the Jamie Benn cards in my collection. It's one of my side PCs, focusing on cards for a little bit here. One thing I'll say is that the bulk of the collection is his rookie year stuff, including his rookie cards and some parallels and some inserts that I like. And part of the reason I started collecting Benn, just to give you a little background, is that my favorite team growing up through my teens and into my 20s was the Dallas Stars, particularly because of Mike Modano. So you can see behind there. I've shown this before, that's why I'm showing this angle. But you can see the Modano picture back there, and over kind of on the side, if you can make it out, there's some Modano bobbleheads and some starting lineups and a couple of the McFarlane figures. Sometime I'll do a little showcase of this stuff, but for the most part, I just kind of keep it as a background. It's a little more interesting looking at this back there. And at the very top, if you look right above my finger there, you actually have an Ed Belfour 8x10 autograph that I got at a card show. Speaking of that, normally I have a twice-a-year card show over in Toronto in the International Centre, because I'm in Canada, but over in the International Centre, which is actually Mississauga technically, but considered Toronto. That has been postponed indefinitely for obvious reasons. I was going to start at the beginning of May. So a little over a month out, we knew that realistically there was no shot. There was no way they were going to be able to house that show, because while in Ontario, Canada, things are pretty calm, all things considered. We don't have too much craziness going on. But at the same time, we know that we actually kind of want to keep it that way. It hasn't been that crazy, so the goal is so that we don't have craziness. So the social distancing thing has been adopted and taken fairly seriously by most people. Not everybody, but like everywhere else, it's spotty. But for the most part, I feel like people have been pretty good about it. That's all I'm going to say about that, but that's kind of how things are right now. So, like I said, I'm going to skip the rookie year stuff just because I've already done a little bit of a showcase of some of that. I may do it later on with all of it, but I've definitely done most of it. But this is the stuff past the rookie year and some other stuff that interests me. So it won't be quite as long as my 20-minute videos that last a little while. One thing I'll show you before I get to the cards in my little stack here is I have one of these portfolios, very similar to what those back pages Eric does. I actually think these are really good. I enjoy them. They come in a bunch of colors, but be aware that you're not going to be able to see the back of the card. But if you like seeing the front of the card with some of the shiny stuff, it's actually really neat. So I'm going to stand up for a second so that I can give you a better view of this. So here we go. That'll be a little easier to see. So hopefully you can make that out. So first you got MVP. Let me make sure that's in focus. There we go. So that's one of the inserts there. And then we got another one there resembling the first year of Upper Deck MVP, which is one of my favorite sets there, 98.99. So very similar to it, kind of cool cards. And then we've got a couple of O-Pee-Chee premiums. And you got a bunch of the parallels here. I don't remember the names of all of them offhand, but they're actually on the back of the card, which is very handy. You can see you got nice little bubbles there, and then you got the red one that's got kind of, it's very similar to the Topps Chrome Prism refractor. Very cool. So those are all from the same year. And then we got these right here from another year of the same. Again, very similar. And this is one of the newer additions here, this purple one. Hopefully you can make out some of that shine. It's actually really nice. I enjoy having them on the page, and let me do the back of this page. I don't have a ton in this book yet, but I'm going to fill this out as I get more of these, and it'll be O-Pee-Chee Premium one more time. And this is one more different year. So as I go along, I'm going to try to fill out this this little binder a little bit more with a bunch of those different parallels and some interesting cards in it. My Jamie Benn collection is a lot more quality over quantity, just ones that interest me. They're not necessarily always high-end, but some of them are. And it's just a product of just the card just being a little bit more interesting. Although I did pick up some kind of base cards and things like that. So this isn't a rookie year card, but it's, I believe, a second year card. So this is just a score. And I got that when I opened a box, so it's here. Nice little one. It's based on the 1990-91 score design. It's kind of a neat card. This one's an Artifacts autograph. So it's a sticker auto. Hopefully the glare isn't too bad. I apologize for that. The light helps, but sometimes the glare creates a bit of a problem. This one's actually really neat. I got a good deal on this one. So this is a UD Black Pro Penmanship out of 25. And I'll explain a little bit about this one. So when I picked this one up, what actually happened is I actually thought I was buying the regular version. But as it turns out, I didn't quite catch the number, but when I received it, it turns out I had the parallel. So there is a regular version of this as well that's a little bit less. It's only a couple of bucks, but I basically got this for the price of the regular one because the seller didn't realize that either. So it's a really good deal on this one. This one's another nice one that I picked up at the card show. This is a Select Stars, 13-14 Select. So this is a jersey patch. And I'm going to tilt it a little bit so you can see. It's got kind of nice rainbow foil. Anything where you've got rainbow foil and kind of a silver really comes out, and obviously you got all that reflection shine. Plus you got a 3-color patch, which is pretty nice. That's a good looking card. And there's a couple of parallels of this one. Now it doesn't show it on the front, but this one here is numbered. See if I can focus that. There we go. You did it. So it's 4 out of 5. There's a couple of parallels of this one, and I haven't had the chance to pick any of those up, but if I catch any of them, I'll be happy to. Although it's going to be tough to beat a patch like that in that size of a window. This next one is called Social Signatures, which is hilarious because at some point social media is going to seem really dated. So inserts like this based on this premise are kind of interesting, a little bit odd. So anyway, so the autograph is basically Jamie Benn was asked to autograph it, but then also put his Twitter handle, which is kind of hilarious and a little bit silly at the same time. By the way, I don't think I mentioned at the beginning, part of the reason it's a side PC is because after Medano, even though I still collect Medano predominantly, so this is a side PC, Jamie Benn I decided to pick up and start collecting because he became captain of the Dallas Stars and he's kind of representative of the current generation, which unfortunately is kind of disappointing. And his career has kind of reflected that. And part of the reason you don't see too many Jamie Benn ones in my pickups these days is because he's still priced a little bit high comparative to what his production has been the last couple of years, even though he has won a scoring title. And that is at least something he can hang his hat on. Okay, so this is trademarks, team trademarks, another autograph. Just a simple autograph from Panini, which one is this? Panini Limited. Okay. This one's Upper Deck Portfolio autograph. So after the first one, I basically started to focus. A lot of the ones that I'm picking up are just kind of like autographs or memorabilia cards or even cards that are just interesting to me. These two are kind of neat. So this is from Zenith Hockey back in the day. So this is just kind of like a foil card. So you got Jamie Benn, Brad Richards, and Trevor Daley. Hopefully you can make that out with all that foil. And they have multiple parallels of this with memorabilia. So this is the 2 jersey version. So there's obviously a 1 jersey and a 3 jersey version as well. So that's one of the parallels available for it. And now we get into some fun ones here. So this is the first one from the Cup. So this is dual signature patches, Jason Spezza and Jamie Benn. And check out the patches as well. Well, at least the patch on the Spezza. The Jamie Benn isn't quite as nice. But some of the current day Dallas Star patches like that are really nice. That's a good one. And this one is this is a solo patch autograph from Limited Logos, also from the Cup. Out of 50, Jamie Benn with a really nice patch on this one. That's kind of the appeal of some of these with the Cup, is that if you can get one with a nice patch, it's pretty good. A lot of these were bought at that card show that I referenced because I know a couple of sellers that kind of hang on to stuff like this and then they'll direct my attention to it, and usually we can work out a good deal, so it's nice to pick up stuff like that. This one's signature patches. So this is again autograph patch. Also the Cup, a different year. So this one's 2015, 2016. And they're all fairly limited number. This one's out of 99, so this one's not too bad. Not a super crazy card, but really nice looking. There we go. 2-color patch on that one. This one's pretty good. This is out of 25. This is Signature Material Achievements. So this one here obviously has a little window that shows the 87. That's to represent 87 points in 2014, 2015. And I believe that was the amount of points that he had in the year that he actually did win the scoring title. So that represents that achievement, and obviously still has, like you can see from that window, it's got a pretty nice patch and then some nice silver on this one. Pretty card. This one is Ultimate Collection instead of the Cup, but still a very high-end set. This one's just an autograph, technically, but a nice limited one. This one's out of 12 from the Cup. So this is from 2016, 2017. And you can see there it is numbered, I believe, 1 of 12. Very nice. Cool looking card. That was one of my more recent pickups from, I think, the last show, or the last expo, if not the one before. And this one is another one of those limited logos, and this one I think is the, I believe it's the 4 from his shoulder patch. That's just a guess. I'd have to look at it again a little more closely, but this one's out of 50. So limited logos. Again, nice looking patch. I like that. And this one is numbered to 50, like I said. All right, so we're going to keep this one nice and short. I'll throw this one in at the end. It's not a Jamie Benn card, but I was rifling through some of my cards, and I knew it was one of the boxes, but I wanted to kind of resort everything. So this is one of the Medanos. So this is 96, 97. This is the Mirror Gold, which is one of my favorites. Just kind of bonus card, not directly related to Jamie Benn. Let me see if I can get that focus in there. Those are just fun cards, and you can see the shine from the kind of refractor type technology. Again, anytime you have a kind of silver on the card, it really helps these pop a little bit more. That is a nice looking card. Anyway, a little bonus card to throw in there. And my focus is terrible today. There we go. Okay, little bonus card to throw in there. So that's the Jamie Benn collection, aside from his rookie year stuff. Just a little bit of a showcase to throw, just to change it up a little bit. The next video will actually be vintage baseball. I wanted to kind of go back to my roots a little bit because that's really the area that I started focusing in on. Obviously, I had my very early time when I was collecting kind of current year stuff in the early 90s. But then once I started kind of focusing my collection a little bit, I did start to try to pick up a little bit of vintage baseball when I was a younger person. And one of the things that I enjoyed was putting together some vintage sets that I had only just dreamed about when I was a kid, fiddling through different picture books and things like that. So I'll show you one that I completed, one of those sets, and we'll do a little bit of vintage baseball for the next couple of videos, just as a change of pace because it's been super hockey centric. And by the time the next video comes out, it's going to be early April. And I really do feel, whether the season's on or not, and I don't think it's going to be on for a little while, it still feels more like a baseball kind of time. So we're going to do a little bit of baseball centric for the next little bit. So as I said previously, hopefully things are going well wherever you are. If not, I wish you the best. If you've got any comments, throw them in there. I'd be happy to reply to it. And otherwise, thanks very much, and I'll catch you in the next video.